Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Manganello and I'm here to tell you about summer reading for the summer of 2020. Now, this summer is going to be unusual for lots of reasons. Maybe your travel plans have changed. Maybe you're at home more than you normally are. It's a great time to connect with a book, and we hope that we will encourage you to do that by summer reading. So summer reading is a link on the library page, and you'll see it here. When you click on that link, you're going to go to a page that has a letter from me that tells you a little bit more about my plans for summer reading. And it also gives you the details of our expectations for you. You'll notice that depending on where you're scheduled for the fall, which English you have, your summer reading list is determined by that. Now, for most of you, that means we're going to encourage you to read any book of your choosing. For students who are scheduled for AP English 3, AP English 4, or college composition, you have a specific book, and you'll notice that each of those lists is linked out here. If you have questions about why we went to a plan that allows you choice in your summer reading, you can find more information about that here in our district letter to parents. But this page is designed to give you some suggestions. So even though we're asking you to read a book, we wanted to give you some support with what kind of books you might want to choose. So you'll notice at the bottom of the page there are 3 different tabs: reading recommendations, sharing your selections, and joining the journey. We're going to start out with reading recommendations. I'm going to give you a little tour. So one of the ways that I like to find new books to read is to get a recommendation from someone else. So you'll notice that at the top of this page is a live feed to my Goodreads shelf. Everything that I read, I put on Goodreads, so you can read my description of what I read. I also you could follow me on Instagram. You'll see all the books that I've read recently posted there as well. Now, in addition, you'll find some lists because we wanted to have a list for you to choose from in case you weren't sure what to read. You'll notice that the lists are divided by categories. So we have fiction, classics, nonfiction, books by genre, and then we have some recommendations that come from the public library. And remember, your public library is starting curbside pickup this week for library books. So you should be able to get more information about that in the coming days. So this could be a great way for you to connect with a book. Let's look at fiction just so you get an idea of what is offered here. On this page, you're going to find a list of books that are recommended reads, things that I've enjoyed, things that students have enjoyed that have been recommended for other students. So you'll see they include everything from graphic novels like Speak by Lori Halls Anderson to books like The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, which was a National Book Award winner. So we have award-winning titles. You'll also find a couple of different ways you can learn more about the book. Each will have a description. It will also have information in the form of a book talk for some, or a student review for others. So there's a lot of different ways that you can learn more about a book before you commit to it. And you'll see we have lots of realistic fiction. We have dystopian, so if you are the kind of person that likes a future world, if you saw Ready Player One in the movies and you like pop culture, Ready Player One is a great choice. Steven Spielberg did a fantastic job with the film, but the book itself is filled with details that couldn't be included in the movie. So you might want to take a look at that one. If you like sports books, I have lots of those recommended here. Deadline is one of my favorites by Chris Kretcher. Ben gets a diagnosis of terminal disease when he goes in for his cross-country routine physical. He's 18, so he doesn't have to tell anyone what the doctor has told him. And as a result, you find out that he makes the choice to try to live his best year ever before everyone finds out what's next for him. So that's a great one. We've got lots that were made into movies. We've got lots that are historical fiction. Copper Sun, Amari's voice in Copper Sun is one of my favorite characters, hands down. I like her voice because over the course of the novel, as her situation changes, her voice changes. And I think that really makes for an authentic picture of who she is. So Sharon Draper's a great author to try. If you are interested in John Green, we've got all the John Green books here. We also have adventure books. So if you liked Hatchet, if that was a good read for you, Far North by Will Hobbs is a great choice. A plane crash book is always better when they're looking for you in the wrong spot, which is exactly the case for Gabe and his uncle and a friend who are trapped in the Canadian wilderness after their float plane crashes, and they have to try to survive the winter. We've got lots of choices here. Those Who Wish Me Dead is coming out in the movies next year. So if you're the kind of person that likes to read the book before you go to the movie, this is a great thriller. This is about a boy named Jace who witnesses a crime. He's put in the witness protection program and subsequently ends up as an anonymous participant in an outward bound trip, where the people who are after him find out where he is and they're now hunting him in the wilderness. So again, if you like a thriller, that might make a great choice. We've got lots of choices here, and I'm going to continue to add to this over the summer. So if you want to look at a recommendation, this might be a great place to choose. If you are not a novel reader, don't say you're not a reader just because you don't like fiction. Find something you do like. So if you like sports, read a sports book. If you like history, read a history book. Find something that connects with you and find that to be your summer reading book. If you like memoirs, Shane Burkhaw's book is particularly funny. Laughing at My Nightmare got many awards when it came out. He now has a second novel out after it. A great story to read. We've got famous people. We've got people who are infamous. We've got people who are just excellent people to know more about, or excellent topics to know more about, like the family Romanoff. If you've ever wanted to root for a family that what happens to them was justified, try the family Romanoff. You will leave the book wondering why you didn't think that that was a good idea. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell is a great read. A lot of these are available via audiobook from the public library. I like to read audiobooks, so remember, audiobooks are still reading. You can download it to your phone, and it's an easy way for you to get through a book and not necessarily have to have it in your hands, which is great this summer if you're not able to get to it. So we've got lots of good choices here. If you see one that you like, these are all fair game. Now, in addition to this, you will notice that my lists include at the bottom of each page sharing your selections. We wanted a way for you to actually have a little bit of a conversation about the books that you're reading. So you'll notice that that conversation is already started here. If you want to add to it, you just click on the Padlet and you can tell us what you're reading over the summer. Share a great book that you liked with friends. That's a great place to do it. We also have a Flipgrid, so if you are the kind of person that loves to pick up a book and book talk it on camera, book talk a great book. This is The Downstairs Girl, which is going to be my first read of the summer as soon as this crazy year ends next Monday. We've also got Joining the Journey, and Joining the Journey looks a little bit small this summer because remember, our journeys are kind of limited right now, but they're going to be growing over the course of the summer. So as I see virtual author events or things that you can participate in, I'm going to post them here. Right now we have the South Brunswick Public Library, which has a fantastic summer reading program that you should definitely check out. We also have a Barnes & Noble reading link. Barnes & Noble is currently doing some great online author visits that you can attend right from your home. So great choices just to get yourself more enthusiastic about the idea of reading. Because remember, we want you to read something you like. We want you to read something you connect with. We want you to come back to school excited to share that book with us. So hopefully this is the summer that you finally make that connection. All right, I hope you have a great summer. I can't wait to see you all in person. I miss every one of you. So please have a great summer. If you need a book recommendation, reach out to me and I'm glad to send you one.